Hi, I have a question for you. Are you also tired to the level of almost, hi Jeanette, I can't see, hi Jette. Are you also tired, almost feeling worn out and exhausted by trying? Are you also tired? I can't see the name because I'm not wearing my glasses. I'll say hello in a second when I put these on. Are you also tired of trying? Are you also tired not only of trying, but trying to become something or someone? Hi Sabine. Are you tired and exhausted of trying to get somewhere, trying to become someone, trying to be enough, be capable enough, be competent enough? Are you also tired of that? This video is then for you. Since the day that you and I were born, we were forced to become someone. We were forced to look in a certain way, to act in a certain way, to live in a certain way, and to achieve in a certain way. And each, like that, is us turning ourselves into becoming not only a pretzel, but turning ourselves into becoming something and someone that we are not. When you were born and when I were born, our parents naively hoped that we would become of their liking, their preferred image, the perfect version of them. That's what our parents hoped. My mom had Alzheimer's for many years before she passed away. And I did not see her in those years because I chose myself many years ago. And at one point, I connected myself with her consciousness, which was not connected to the Alzheimer diseased version of herself. So when someone gets Alzheimer's, it's kind of like their soul and their conscious departs, they leave one another. And I told her, why the fuck would you criticize me at morning, lunch, and breakfast? Oh, did I say that correct? No, I didn't. At breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why would you constantly correct me and criticize me and make assumptions about me? And why would you constantly wrong me? And she told me from this spirit level, this level of consciousness that she was at, she said, I wanted to help you be better and do better than I did, so that you, Zanne, which is my name, so that you would not repeat the same mistakes that I did. And I said, but what the fuck? And she said, that was my way of showing you that I loved you. I was helping you to become better than I was. Instead of saying, I didn't do well enough, so I want you to do better, but I do that by criticizing you. That is not love, and that's the way that many parents, your parents, my parents, maybe you recognize that they have mistaken love for criticism. They have mistaken criticism for love. When you and I grew up, and even when we were born, we weren't allowed to be ourselves. And by the way, I am Zanne. I'm the creator of Warriors Heart, a spiritual training institute. I have been a trauma release and ancestral release expert and holistic health expert for 19 years, helping those who help others help themselves better, so that what we do, we do what we do effortlessly. And you don't do that effortlessly if you haven't helped yourself, healed yourself, or walked the path that you're showing others. So I have been here for 20 years almost, teaching others to step into the new way of being spiritual, which is about you do for yourself first, and then you teach others, not the other way around. You don't self-sacrifice. I'm not burned out or have complex PTSD anymore because it was me before the clients. And that's the old way of practicing spirituality. It's everyone else but oneself. And I grew up with both a mom and a dad who felt so inadequate. So my dad proclaimed himself to be superior, and my mom but also because of her programming from her family and ancestors, she was programmed to be a victim, inferior, less worth than anyone else. So that's the struggle that I've had my whole life. I had to become something. I had to become someone. I had to do something to be good enough. My worth was connected to how good I was and how much I achieved. I became the soldier who went into the army at the age of 18 in order to protect those I told myself deep subconsciously that couldn't protect themselves because there was no one to protect me in my childhood. I made myself better by saying to myself, I'm the helper. I'm here to help and fix and serve and help and fix and serve. Ooh, I'm also here to self-sacrifice and please, and be stuck in an old trauma loop. Also, the drama triangle. The victim, what's the other one? The victim, the helper, and the warrior. Or you could call it the complaining fart. So you go around and you're stuck in these trauma loops. So when is enough? So when is it enough? Sorry, I have to get something to drink. So when is it enough? When are we done? When is enough? How do you say it in English? You don't say it the same way as we do in Denmark. I am Danish, and I used to be 10 years full-time in the Danish army. I'm still a part of the reserve. Today I'm a corporal. After 14 years in the army, I just changed to the Navy, and that's why my website is called Warrior's Heart. It's about taking the journey from the head into the heart. But that requires that we silence the little ego. The big ego won't shut up until we've healed up everything that is in the little ego, which is the whole intestinal and digestion system, which is the entrance to our psyche and the subconscious self. And in order for us to know what's in here, we need to unfold our traumas, which is in the lowest part of our torso, called not just our womb, but the whole inner pelvis. It's hard to say that in English. Hi, my world, welcome. So if you're like me and you've been playing a role your entire life, you have been programmed into becoming something and someone. If you also, like me, recognize that you're tired of trying to be good enough, to feel good enough and to achieve enough, because there's also I have to make more money. I have to get more clients. I have to lose more weight. I have to do this. I have to become that. I'm not good enough for that until then. I can't wear these pants until I've lost this weight. I can't go out looking like this, but what is all that bullshit? And if you're also like me, tired of that, and also tired of having an identity based upon what everyone else think, and if you're also tired of being the version of you who is who they are because of what they do and are and give to others, you're at the right place. Because you would also then feel like you're fed up with that old version of you. And many at this time, many women, I've had more than 7,500 clients one-to-one in my clinic or on the phone, where I release trauma and ancestral karma as well. And I've taught thousands of women online. I know that you've also come to a point where you're tired, you're exhausted, yet there are many women who are also lost. They're like, what? What now? Where should I go? Was that it? because we've entered the stage of our life where so much have changed. Many of you women have gotten a divorce, and now you're there, and then your young people moved out of the home, and you're like, what? Now I'm around 50. Was that it? What about now? Because someone also told us, probably some men out there, that we're worthless when we stop menstruating. But who told us that? When we stop menstruating, we gather up our inner fire, and that fierceness should be used to fire up ourselves in a good way, to make ourselves come alive as the woman that we are supposed to be, an individual woman with her own voice and her own opinions, her own needs and her own feelings. That all the time that a woman has been a mom, she haven't had that. She hasn't had her individual needs fulfilled or her spiritual purpose. So many women have said to me, Zanne, I wish I were where you are, free in your spiritual purpose. And I said, yeah, but you had the husband. And they say, yeah, but we got divorced. Yeah, but you had the children. Yeah, but I still don't feel fulfilled. Because that's another phase of life. You taking the inner journey, becoming who you're meant to be, becoming your purpose in the honor of yourself. And that's the journey that I want to help women embark upon, but also unfold from deep within themselves. You're not here, dear sister, to just be a mom or sister or someone's cousin or working for someone. You're here to be you. And what if your biggest asset and what makes you most attractive is you being you, without the performance role, without being a high achiever, without being a mom, a self-sacrificer and a pleaser and a boss and a co-worker and a leader and someone's wife and someone's lover and someone's best friend and someone's caretaker, someone's... That's why we have felt burned out, lost, sad. We feel inadequate, because that's a lot of roles for one person to take on. Plus, many of you women recognize that you've been the mom of a third child. If you gave birth to two, but you married a third, and you're like, oh, I'm done. But then what? I'm here to invite you to follow me into a new chapter of your life where you become your purpose by becoming yourself, allowing yourself to shred off and let go of all these roles and step into the version of you who's you. I can't see that name because it's not Danish, but hi Dolus, welcome here today. I'm 49 and I've been doing what I love for the past 19 years, and it keeps changing and evolving just like I do. And many people have said to me, Zanne, why do you keep changing your name? And I said, because like you, I don't have the need of staying put in the comfort zone. I'm here to challenge and evolve. I'm here to challenge myself, and I'm here to evolve as a spiritual being and a human being. We have a saying in Denmark, tryghedsnarkoman, and you can't translate that into English. Safety addict. It's someone who is so comfortable within the comfortableness. Someone staying put in the past. All those people out there who have so many things in their apartment, they are for sure stuck in their past. The more things you have, the more you're stuck in the past. The less free you feel, the more you're still carrying your past with you. That's also the law of attraction. You can't become free in life if you do not feel free first. And when you have so many things around you, and when you're carrying all these roles of being a pleaser, a self-sacrificer, a nurse, a caretaker, a mom at work, a mom for your children, a mom for your partner, a mom for your siblings, you're a mom for your family, and you're the therapist, and you're the coach, and you're the provider, and you're the protector, you're a co-worker, you're a boss, you're a leader, you're a sister, you're a daughter, you're a wife, and you're a lover, and you're a best friend. All of those roles does not define who you are. And yet that's what we've all been taught. And you know why you feel sad and lonely and lost? Because of all these adapted roles. Because you and I were trained in our childhood to become something. And we were trained to become something and someone, but also something for someone out there. You and I weren't born by our parents to serve ourselves. We were born, hi Pernille, we were born to serve our parents, to serve society by becoming someone that we aren't. We were born, according to our parents, to be something or someone for someone else than ourselves. Men are so much more selfish, not in a positive way. And we do not, most of us, we women with the big heart, we sensory strong women, we old souls who've been here for many times, we do not own a shred of selfishness. But it's what we need to integrate and implement and to take in and use how to honor ourselves. Hi John. Merry Christmas and a upcoming Happy New Year. Hi John. It's not easy to be a human being, and it's not easy to be a woman, because who are we without all these predisposed or all these roles? And so many women are afraid of being alone, because then she would connect with the feelings of loneliness, feeling sad and feeling lost. And so few women have the courage to let go of all these roles and just lean back and sit there with all these not so nice feelings of sadness and sorrow, feeling sad and feeling lost and feeling lonely. And I'm just going to check something. I'm going to check the microphone. Yeah, it's on. So few women have the courage to step out of this this robotic zombie way of living. Hi Magnolia, but you checked out again. So few women have the courage to step out of it. They define themselves through who they are for others, what they can do for others, what they can achieve for others. I've had so many clients that I had to let go of them again, because their definition of success was having a full calendar, makes lots of money, and being something for someone without even knowing who they were. And that's what I have specialized myself in, helping women become who they're here to become, not something out there, someone giving, becoming, wanting. And despite me having less, it's hard to say, despite the fact that I have earned less money the last couple of years, I've never felt more nourished and healed and liberated and free within myself, because I have let go of all the umbilical cords, all the navlestreng, to all the roles that I defined myself as. Being a pleaser, a self-sacrificer, being a nice person, being a good person, being a forgiving person. I was the therapist. I was the wise old master. Hi, Plushon. I was the soldier, the warrior, the boxer. I was so many things except from being me and free to be me. And I became a queen in 2020. Yeah, 2020. In 2020, I became a queen. I came out of the tunnel. And then up until then, I had worked on the relationship with my father. And now I was a queen, and I had to work on the relationship with my mother. And then I had to look at, oh shit, I'm self-sacrificing. I am pleasing. I am helping. I am serving. I am caretaking. I am protecting. I'm supporting. I'm voting for. I'm cheering. And I had to let go of all these false identities. It's been a lonely journey, for sure, but it's been worth the while, because the minute I also, not the minute, but the more I were regulated in my nervous system, the more I found out that I don't want to fulfill myself through others. I don't want to fulfill myself through others. I want to feel fulfilled just by sitting here, by how I show up for myself. And so few people will ever take that journey and let go of everything in order for them to become who they're here to become, which is your biggest asset. You being you, without all these roles of pleasing, a self-sacrificing, a leader, a mother, a caretaker, a provider, a fixer, a helper, a therapist, someone's wife, someone's sister, someone's lover, someone's friend, someone who takes care of it all. I know many of you want to stay put in that role, but you're never ever going to feel fulfilled, and you're never going to fulfill your purpose of being here, which is to evolve as a human being individually. My invitation to you is gift yourself with a clarity call, so you can, then you might say, Zanne, but I'm not ready. Just know you're never ever going to be ready to lose weight. You're never ever going to be ready to meet someone. You're never ever going to be ready enough to say, now is the time that I step into my purpose. It's the decision that you make, and a decision that you have to make every single day, not to be an addict or not to be an abuser or to show up as your best self. It's a decision that we make out of the blue because we're never ever going to be ready. And my invitation to you again is to embark upon this journey. Do it together with me, because I am new on this journey as well, where I step up to in a new level in my business, where I take myself even more seriously. And it's the journey is called Become Your Purpose. I've been that purpose the past 19 years, helping so many women figure out what is their purpose. And it's not their qualifications. It's not all of their achievements. It's not all of their spiritual diplomas. Our spiritual purpose is in here. But we can't get into the essence of that purpose within ourselves if we don't have the courage and the willingness to let go of all these predefined roles. There's an easy way and there's a shortcut, and I'd love to show you that way, but it doesn't just take 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 6 weeks. It's a longer journey. You can know within 3 months. I can easily tell you in just one session what your purpose is, but you becoming that person is a longer journey. Book yourself or gift yourself. Yeah, gift yourself with the, how do I say it? For fuck's sake, I've got to go. No more words for today. Gift yourself a clarity call to see if I'm the right one for you. You might just also just want to book a clarity session. January is the last month where I'll do one-to-one psychic readings. From the beginning of February, I'm gonna only do these how do you say that, group coaching, group treatments, and everything that I'm gonna do moving forward is in English. So if you still want some Danish sessions, January is the month to do it. I'm gonna embark myself upon this journey of practicing audacity and bravery, where I take more chances, where I take more risks. I'm more spontaneous. I'm more free to be me, and not just the hi Linda, not just this spiritual calm warrior. There's a different version of me that awaits, and I can't wait to get to know her more. I'm writing each day in my therapy book, getting more clear on who the next version of me is, and I'd love to take that journey with you. I don't want to be alone on this spiritual journey anymore. I'm here to gather up with other women who are ready to step into becoming a queen deep within themselves. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, ask a question. I can't wait to get to know you better. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.